You're watching episode 4 of my series. This is how I got 197 out of 200 in Edexcel iGCSE Maths. If you're in a hurry, here's the video summary. So firstly, you have to understand the format of the exam. There's 2 papers that you'll sit, each of them 100 marks with about 25 questions sorted in ascending order of difficulty. Usually, you sit one of the exams before the half-term break and one of the exams after the half-term break. Paper 1 and Paper 2 both contain similar difficulty questions, although Paper 2 questions can involve multiple topics compared to Paper 1 questions being focused on one topic. To do well in the papers, you need to do these 3 things. Firstly, you have to understand the content. This can be by paying attention in lessons, watching YouTube videos, or going through textbooks or CGP guides. Point number 2 is just going to be how you're revising for maths. Please tell me you're not using notes for maths. If you're taking notes as a revision method for maths, then you're cooked. You're absolutely cooked. What you need to do is go onto websites like Physics Maths Tutor or Save My Exams and do past paper questions and topic-based practice. Once you've done loads of this, and when it gets closer to your exams, go onto Edexcel's own website or other past paper resource banks and do full past papers. A key tip for this is, instead of doing it in chronological order, do it from the back to the front. This way you spend more time on the harder questions, and you're not left thinking, oh, I've done 80% of the paper, I'll be fine, without even attempting the hard questions. Start at the back, trust me, it's a good strat. My third point is what you're actually doing in the exam, because compared to other exams, these 2 exams are not time pressured at all. You have 2 hours for like 25 questions. The main strategy I use for these is zoom through the exam as fast as you can, which should take you like 45 minutes or an hour, and then go through and thoroughly check every single question and improve your method, make sure everything's correct. Obviously check your answer makes sense compared to the question, and then when you do this, you'll go back and you'll spend more time on the questions that you were struggling with before. But it's really effective because your brain's like subconsciously thinking about the questions while you're doing other questions, and because you've already seen that question, you like understand the correct method to do it. Another thing on this is when you're going through, whether it's first time or second time, any questions that you're struggling with, circle like the question number, like do it like really aggressively so you can see it, and then when you're going back, you'll know to spend more time on that question. And this takes me to the law of diminishing returns. Basically, it's the concept that once you spend a certain amount of time on something, adding more time or effort to it is just going to be really ineffective and have a small return. So if there's a question you're really struggling on, don't keep spending time on it because you'll struggle to even get 1 extra mark. Just go on to the next questions and get as many marks as you possibly can. If I'm being honest, YouTube's the actual GOAT for learning maths, because if you have a question you're stuck on or a topic, you just search it up and most of the time you can find the exact question. If not, you find someone explaining the topic in a better detail than your teacher. So the main channels I'd recommend would be TL Maths, the Organic Chemistry Tutor, and if I'm being honest, the GOAT of all iGCSE maths is Mr. Asprey. Search up Mr. Asprey on YouTube. This guy has like an insane series where he explains every single topic 1 to 60 of Edexcel maths, and he has questions going from easy to insanely hard, and like he's so entertaining, he's really effective, and he's the GOAT of all teachers.